What is going on? Taco Carew. It is Saturday night. And we got a super show tonight. We're going to cover SmackDown and Collision. Rampage didn't happen. Hope you guys are buckled in. Whatever you do on your Saturday evenings, I'm glad you are including me in that equation. Let's get it. What is going on, everybody? My name is Jesse, a.k.a. your very own one and only ChiTown Smark, man, coming at you with a double header. I know you guys are sitting around saying, man, is Jesse going to cover Collision? He said he's going to cover SmackDown the next day. Well, what's going on? Here you go. Like I said, bro, as promised, we'll deliver. We're going to cover SmackDown. We're going to cover Collision. Too bad Rampage just didn't happen. Although I will say, I watched the parking lot brawl. It was bloody. And I was sort of interested in Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo. But at the end of the day, wasn't that interested. Wasn't that interested, not gonna lie. I am so grateful that you guys are here, man. Follow me on Twitter if you are not already. I would appreciate that very much so. Follow me on Instagram. The links are right here on the desk on my little mini library that we have here. Like always, I kind of like to acknowledge. I want to acknowledge everyone that I have here in the chat before we get the ball rolling. Also, just a little mini game I want to play tonight. If you are already so inclined to send a super chat or any kind of message, thank you kindly. If you could please include in that message your pick for the better show this week. Do you think it was SmackDown or do you think it was Collision? Let's find out, man. We have King Cocobra. Maybe I got that right. We'll see. Thank you for being here. Quaz always. JD Ultra. I think that is JD's burner account, just so you guys know. Ben Espinoza, what's going on? Jeff F, what's going on? Tay Tay, the Savior. What is going on with you, man? JD Ultra says no. That's exactly what JD would say. That's exactly what JD would say. Just saying. Susan, what is going on with you? Good to see you. Who else we have here? We have Ahmad. We have Ben Espinoza. We have Fallen Exposure. It's good to see all of you guys. Thank you for being here, man. Whew. I don't know about you guys, man, but here in Chicago, it's a little hot. It's kind of weird because, okay, so it's not hot. It's not hot. It's actually fine. It's nice and cool outside. But the thing is, if you don't have a constant breeze going through the house, then your house is probably still warm. And it's just not hot enough to turn on the air conditioner. So it's a little weird right now on the indoors. If you go outside, it's perfect, man. It is perfectly nice out there. And usually I do not partake, but tonight, since it's Saturday night and we're all hanging out, I am going to have a small beverage. I'm going to have a gin and juice, passion fruit. I guess we can kind of make it the pseudo sponsor for the night. What do you guys think? Nah, I'm not sponsoring that shit. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to lie, it's not that great. Now you know it's not a sponsorship. It's not that great, bruh. But I already had a case of them, and I'm not going to let them go to waste. So this is the first one I had in quite a few weeks. It will do. Let's get into the first show. Where should we start, man? We're going to start with SmackDown. Soon as I find my SmackDown notes, looks like I kind of lost them. Where are we going to put them? Oh, we're going to put these over here. There we go. We're going to line you guys up right there. Boom. SmackDown, let's talk about it. Day 1, draft. My God, was this all over the place, bruh. I don't know what was going on with the order in which everyone was drafted here tonight, man. I don't know if it's good or bad. I just found it weird and odd. I mean, are you drafting according to who you plan on pushing? Or are you drafting according to who's had the better performance over the last year? I'm a little thrown off. Especially when Nia Jax went over like the rest of the blood. The Nia Jax was the second NOYE taken off the board. Only to Jey. No one else finds that odd. Look, I understand it's all kayfabe. So it's all perception, you know. Nia Jax went before AJ Styles. I need you guys to let that sink in for a minute or two. The phenomenal AJ Styles was selected after Nia Jax. I don't understand this at all. Bianca Belair was taken off the board like she was LeBron James or something, bruh. Like, she's the full package, all right? Bianca Belair is the absolute full package. But come on, man. Come on, bruh. I see you. I get it. But come on, man. Come on. AJ Styles. Solo. Come on, man. Anyway. SmackDown starts off. Paul Heyman is interviewed backstage. He explains that the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, has withdrawn his eligibility. I don't understand this one. Now, So Roman Reigns has withdrawn his eligibility for this year's draft because he's not going to hog the #1 draft pick when he's not coming back anytime soon. And so now the pressure is on Nick Aldis to have to think about who his first pick is in order to make history in a brand new era. Paul Heyman says he's intrigued, as was I, until the first pick started coming in. So Roman is able to withdraw from the draft. Somebody explain this to me. Because when Roman was getting special privileges like this, he was champion, right? He was champion. So now that Roman is not champion, he no longer has his personal, plush little office for the Bloodline anymore. Yet he still gets champion privileges, like withdrawing his name from the draft. Now it posed so many other questions. Was this able to be done because he's injured? Because if that's the case, what about anyone else that's injured? Are they still included in the draft? I almost want to say I get why they did it, but at the same time, I kind of don't. So when he comes back, is he free to travel to any brand he wants? Does he hit waivers? Is Roman Reigns going to be picked up as a free agent? Is he going to be a walk-on? What happens when Roman decides to grace us with his presence? Now, from my understanding, from the direction of the storyline they're giving us, Roman is pretty much set to come back as a babyface, right? This does not seem very babyface-like to me. What about Jimmy? Everyone in the Bloodline has been accounted for but Jimmy. Now maybe Jimmy's a part of the Raw draft. Maybe he's in the Raw pool. I don't know. The brand split is just as meaningless as the AEW ranking system. Hey, that's not fair. The ranking system is extremely important. And the ranking system took center stage tonight on Collision, and we'll cover that tonight. And by covering that, what I mean is I'm kind of hoping you guys will forget about this statement when we get to Collision later on. So, Roman is off the table. Roman says, nah. Every NYE is going to get drafted, but me. I don't know why he got that privilege, but I guess it's good to have a Paul Heyman there. All right. So, take a look at the Performance Center. Take a look around there. The roster. The whole roster is gathered around in the ring, outside of the ring. They are positioned and lined up as if they are all doing one humongous podcast. They are all facing one camera in an orderly fashion. It looks like they're all being held hostage, if I'm being honest here. It kind of just looks like they're just all this. It looks like they're being held there against their will. Somebody should probably call the cops down there, see what's going on. But I digress. They are, in a sense. Oh my God, man, you guys are a-holes, man. Oh my God. So Corey Graves is in the ring to preside over the contract signing title match at Backlash. We have the phenomenal, not as good as AJ Styles, AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes make their entrances. That's my new name for her. I mean, she's better than him, right? So it's just saying. She's the phenomenal one. Okay. What video game would you guys be playing? Franchise mode or what have you, where you're sitting there playing and you decide to take Nia Jax over AJ Styles in your franchise mode. That just tells me you have no idea what you're doing. That's what that tells me. That tells me that Nick Aldis and the other clown, they are just. I need Nia Jax over AJ Styles. Right? What the hell is going on with Pierce and all this? I don't know, man. Anyway, AJ Styles gets on the mic and he says there are two Georgia boys getting ready to mix it up for the first time for the biggest prize in the game. This really is their first match together, isn't it? AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes. This is their first match together. That's interesting. That alone is interesting. What's messed up is this is one of the most predictable outcomes that we have seen in an extremely long time, and we just came off of Roman's 47-year title reign. Right? AJ gets some boos. Yeah, whatever. He says he doesn't like LA Knight, and he got under his skin, but he got his composure back and realized he is phenomenal and beat Knight to earn the right to fight Cody at Backlash. Unlike LA Knight, he respects Cody. It's AJ's problem with LA Knight, bruh. And they haven't crossed paths yet, but they've been down the same roads and have to prove themselves outside of WWE. Very true. Very true. Very similar paths, yet so far different, though. He bets they got advice, the same guy, as to how to stand on their feet and to go their own way. And that man is the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Same man gave them the same advice. You know? He says he learned a lot from Dusty. And he was a good man. He taught him how to carry himself and how to carry the weight of a champion. And he looks at the title and he says he knows the weight of that belt is more than just leather and gold. And at Backlash, he's going to carry it. Styles signs the contract. Cody grabs the mic. He wants to know what Cincinnati wants to talk about. That's not quite cheesy yet, but it's heading down the cheesy path. It's kind of hard to put the things that Cody says and does into the cheesy category, because that's legit pretty much his whole gimmick at this point. Cody finally gets to be the super baby face that he wanted to be. You know, in AEW, he had this same character and the crowd turned on him. They did. It is a much smarkier crowd in AEW. They started to turn on him, and he didn't want to turn heel. He just didn't want to turn heel. So he was going to stay the course, and he was going to pretty much be the John Cena of the 2000s in AEW, because he just didn't want to turn heel. Now, for whatever reason, we don't know what the reason is. It was never brought out, and we will never know until Tony Khan should decide to release that video one day down the road. But we don't know why Cody Rhodes left AEW for WWE. Well, he did, and he has stuck with the same babyface stick. It got over. It's still over, and it does not show any signs of letting up. Cody is finally the super babyface that he really did want to be. And he looks like he's enjoying himself, man. There's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that, man. Rhodes, he asked Cincinnati, what they want to talk about. He respects him, and he respects the path that he walked on. Cody does to AJ Styles. But that respect goes by the wayside at Backlash. He can hear it in AJ's words. He doesn't think he can carry that weight. But the man that trained him told him it's not about winning the title. It's about keeping it. You got to win it first before you can keep it. Okay, I digress. I digress. When he puts pen to paper and puts Cody in front of that last name, it'll be a match that's never happened before. But it's not a dream match for him. It's a must win. Cody's saying all the right babyface stuff, man. You take a babyface encyclopedia and you open it up, and all of Cody's mannerisms will be right there, laid out. He got them all down packed, man. Cody is becoming the quintessential babyface. Dare to say, has to be the absolute top babyface in the wrestling industry right now. He's killing it. He is killing it, man. Cody signs the contract and stands up, offering a handshake to AJ. Styles says it was beautiful to see him finish his story, but it's a shame his reign will end at Backlash. AJ let that hand of Cody's linger in limbo for a while. He looked at it, paused, talked about it. Then eventually, he shakes his hand. Cody leaves the ring. As Cody goes to leave, Triple H makes his entrance. It's time to play the game, bruh. Triple H comes on out through Gorilla. He is ready to make the first draft pick, and he asks Cody to join him. He said, hey, bro, you're the champion. You're the man. You are protected. This is your show. Thought you might want to come out and make the first draft picks with me. So Cody did just that. Cody announces SmackDown's first pick, the number 1 overall pick, the LeBron James of this draft, Bianca Belair. What? Bianca Belair is awesome, bro. Fantastic. Fantastic talent. What? Triple H announces Jey Uso for Raw for their first pick. What? I expect Jey Uso to be back in a tag team before SummerSlam. Definitely before Survivor Series. And he is your number 1 overall pick? Overall, number 1. Just, what? Since Roman is taken off the board because he's going to be gone for a while, what about Rhea Ripley? I don't know. I just thought this was weird. I just thought this was so weird that Bianca Belair was the number 1 overall pick. She's so great they have her saddled in a tag team with Jade Cargill right now. I'm a little lost. But we move on. For SmackDown, Carmelo Hayes is being called up to the main roster, and he is on SmackDown. For Raw, Seth Rollins. Let's backtrack. Carmelo Hayes, Jey Yeet Uso, Bianca Belair, all picked before Seth Rollins. You guys thought I was going to say freaking. I'm not saying that shit. Pick before Seth Rollins. I'm dumbfounded. Here we go. King says Carmelo is the future. Maybe he is. But guess what? You know these drafts happen every year, right? You know it's not like they're drafting people that they're going to be on these franchises for the rest of their career. All these people will be in next year's draft. If Carmelo is the future, great. Draft him next year or the year after that. Because this draft is not for the future. This draft is for the now. Because you do the draft again next year. So why would you grab someone from NXT and claim that they're the future when you're not going to have them down the road when it's actually good to have them? Right now, they're still green as grass. Right now, they're still green as grass. You're drafting them this high like they're going to main event shows for you. They're not. At least, okay, no one will be drafting someone from NXT to main event their show this year. Carmelo is fantastic, bruh. He is not going to be your world champion this year. I figure at the very top of your draft, you're selecting potential main event acts. You are drafting people that is going to help you put on the best show possible. But Carmelo is not in that spot yet. You're drafting people that you're going to have up in your mid-card somewhere. Carmelo's not about to be a world champion in year one. So I could understand drafting a Carmelo down the road. I could understand drafting, I would get it if you were grabbing these guys for, third, fourth, fifth rounds or whatever. You're grabbing them first overall. That makes no sense. But Melo isn't green. Bro, is Carmelo going to main event a pay-per-view for any brand this year? Is Carmelo going to be in the world title picture consistently for the next 12 months? Because if not, then why would you pick him so high? Why not pick main eventers? And you guys do football drafts, fantasy draft, that's like grabbing a kicker first and saying this kicker has experience. So? He's not going to win your fantasy league for you. He's just a kicker. You are not going to book Carmelo as a household name. So I don't understand why you're drafting these people so high. I would think Randy Orton. Randy Orton can main event shows. Am I right? Randy Orton and AJ Styles can main event pay-per-views all year long. Yet you took Bianca Belair and Carmelo Hayes over. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Get the. Y'all crazy, bro. Hayes makes his entrance. He gets on the mic right away. He says, when he talk about who's next up and the hottest out there, they call him Carmelo Hayes. And he tells Cody ever since he's won the title, he's been saying, if you come up for the king, you better not miss. Because one thing about him is when he shoots, he doesn't miss, says Carmelo. And he can't think of a better way to shoot his shot on SmackDown than to shoot it against the world champion. All right. I can respect that. If you get an opportunity to get up there, get in front of the spotlight and say, I want to challenge the world champion, and for some reason you're given this opportunity, I wouldn't blame you, man. I would do the same thing. Everyone should have that same goal. Everyone should have the goal of wanting to beat the world champion. I don't understand why there's not a line of people lined up right there in Gorilla trying to challenge Cody if it was that easy. But I get it, man. Carmelo comes off as an extremely bright future star. He does. It's just not in the immediate future. Montez Ford will be a singles and a main eventer before Carmelo Hayes. That's how I would line them up. I would set up Montez Ford to be a main event singles guy before Carmelo Hayes. And it's not even anything against Carmelo Hayes. It's just that Montez has been here longer. He's more over already. Montez Ford has years of getting the crowd behind him. Carmelo Hayes just got to the main roster, man. I just don't understand the logic in where they drafted these guys. That's all I'm saying. Cody Rhodes waves Triple H off and grabs the mic and says, fortune favors the bold, but nobody wants to see him in action tonight, right? As he turns to the crowd and panders and plays coy, he said, nobody wants to see me, right? Right? What if I forgot my gear? Oh, man. He's being Cody. He got his gear. They shake hands on it. That'll be the main event tonight. So apparently Triple H had no main event lined up tonight because Carmelo Hayes and Cody just decided to have a match just now. They decided to have a match. So either Triple H did not have a main event scheduled or whatever main event he had scheduled got tossed. Nah, forget you guys. We're going to roll with these guys. You guys ever wonder about that? You ever think about that? The show is live, on the air. Right there, Triple H is there. And they say, we want to have a match. Triple H says, sure, we'll do it in the main event. What main event did you have scheduled and planned? What got moved? What got 86th? I always wonder that shit. I always wondered that. The Latino World Order making their way down to the ring. We have Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio versus Legado del Fantasma, Angel Garza, and Humberto Carrillo. I like the team of Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. I think that's a very underrated team. And they do get their props. They do get their props at times. But that being said, I just think they're still underrated, bro. That team is so good. So good. Those guys flow together. They can both work. They have the same energy. Love those two together. Let's see. We have Carmelo and Carrillo fighting. We have Angel Garza, Low Bridges, Lee onto the floor. So they do like an Irish whip, and when Lee comes back off the rope, Garza just kind of lifted the rope and let him fall out of the ring, going into a commercial break. It was actually a pretty nasty bump. It was a pretty nasty fall from the to the outside of the ring. But we come back from commercial. Rey Mysterio takes it to Garza. We get a boot. We get off the top rope with a seated senton. We get a pass under. Then we get a front kick. We get a Yoshi Tonic. Carrillo breaks it up. Angel with the front kick underhook. Ray counters with an arm drag and a tag to Dragon Lee. 619 connects. Dragon lines him up. The Latino World Order wins by pinfall with Operation Dragon from Dragon Lee to Angel. Simple match, nothing crazy. I don't think it was meant to break down any barriers, just meant to tell a little bit of a story here. It is what it is. I mean, nice little TV match. We cut to the back into the draft rooms, and man, these draft rooms were cooking tonight, boy. They had these guys in this draft room looking like they were working hard. No Triple H in these draft rooms. No Bruce Pritchard. Just a bunch of random legends and stuff like that. I guess Teddy Long and all this stuff. I guess they're picking the teams. I don't understand this. I understand that Teddy Long and and Tori and JBL, I know they were announcing picks, but when they're in the war room, I'm like, are these supposed to be executives for these brands? That part I didn't get. But what are you going to do? Bron Breakker versus Cedric Alexander. The bell rings and Bron Breakker already run. That's how fast this match was. Pretty much it. Cedric Alexander did the ultimate job for Bron Breakker. Pinfall with a spear and moving on. Thanks for coming, Cedric. Thanks for coming, bruh. As a matter of fact, Cedric, we got something for you. 2 clucks by Clucky. Thanks for coming, Cedric. There's the door, bruh. Bye, Cedric. Just saying. Backstage, Nick Aldis runs into Tiffy Time. And honestly, I'm so distracted by the fact that she's all but wearing a trans flag on her gear. And she's wearing a trans flag on her gear that I have trouble following the conversation. But Bayley rolls up and Stratton tells her she's just mad she couldn't beat Naomi like she did. Tiffy Time is great, man. Tiffy Time is great. I am fairly new to the Tiffany Stratton hype train because I did not watch a single lick of NXT, but I did see her on the main roster, and she has it. She has it. I mean, whatever it is, the infamous, the elusive it. All wrestling fans knows about it, man. It is it. Tiffy Time is cringe. Exactly. That's what it's supposed. Tell him, Quaz. That's her character, bruh. Exactly. Tiffy Time is amazing, bruh. She does not move like the average bimbo in the ring. She knows her way around the ring. She can sell. She has her gimmick. Tiffy's killing the game, man. That is something that I could see developing in the future. It looks like they're going to push her as the new, younger version of Charlotte Flair, if I'm being honest with you, man. That's what it looks like. They are positioning Tiffany Stratton to really take off. So, and if she can stay the course, if she can continue down the path she's going, man, I think she'll be all right. We get Michelle McCool and Tori Wilson are heading to the stage, going into commercial break. All right. What happened to Tori Wilson? Oh my God. All right. It just looks like all of her plastic surgery is starting to fail or something. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just a me thing. But it just seems like she just seems like a plastic Barbie by the face. And I don't remember her ever really looking like that. She looked very natural as it pertained to her face. Just her face. I'm not saying other things were natural. But by her face and everything else, she looked very natural before. But now, it looked like she had some work done and it just was not very flattering. I'm trying to project this without coming off as insulted. I'm just giving you the vibe that I got from her. It did not look very flattering, the way that she looked. I don't know. Michelle McCool what are you going to do, man? It's The Undertaker's wife. Back from commercial, Michelle McCool, Tori Wilson announced the round 2 picks Randy Orton to SmackDown, Bron Breakker to Raw, Nia Jax to SmackDown, Liv Morgan to Raw. Randy Orton just got picked before Nia Jax, bro. That close. That close. Bron Breakker in the second round, I can dig that. I can dig Bron Breakker going in the second round. I could dig Carmelo going in the second or third round, to be honest with you. I just don't understand how he's in the very first round. That's the part I don't get. We get a recap of last week's bloody Bloodline smash beatdown with Kevin Owens. Man, Bloodline 2.0 really does not like Kevin Owens very much. So they just don't like KO. Paul Heyman is in the back as Solo rolls up in his new Ford Expedition Uber. He falls over himself, apologizing for not getting to the door. Solo rolled up, stayed in the car, kind of probably just looking at the door handle, like, what the fuck is Paul doing? Paul's like, oh shit. Paul goes to open the door. Oh, I'm so sorry, Solo demands an update as to if they were drafted. Paul explains that Roman pulled himself from the draft, and with all these new members, the GMs don't know what the bloodline, what they'll be getting in the bloodline if they draft them. Tama Tonga gets out of the car, stares down Paul. Paul starts pissing in his pants, Paul's shaking. And before we know it, here comes Kevin Owens from behind, attacking the bloodline. They're battling, they're fighting it out as we go into commercial break. I like Solo as the new tribal chief. I wish they would have done maybe a little bit more to, and I won't even get into that because I didn't watch it enough to say that did or didn't happen. So maybe you guys can direct me here. But I would have positioned Solo a little bit more as looking like someone that was going to try to take over the bloodline while Roman was still here. And then when it happened, then it was like an Easter egg being opened as opposed to that much of a shocker. Like, oh, we saw that shit coming. We should have known. But I think that's splitting hairs at that point, though, to be honest with you. We get back from commercial break. Bianca Belair is interviewed on stage as the first overall pick. She says she's looking forward to winning the tag titles with Jade Cargill. The SmackDown drafted first overall pick, Bianca Belair. Her number one objective is to win the tag team titles. Now, they were drafting people as units, as teams, as factions. Why didn't you draft Jade Cargill along with Bianca Belair? Let that one sink in. She wants to win the tag titles with Jade Cargill. What if Jade gets drafted to Raw? Again, this is your number one overall pick. Her aspirations is to become tag champion. If you're the number one overall pick, shouldn't your aspirations be to be world champion? If you draft somebody, if you draft a quarterback, or if you say you draft a Kobe Bryant, first round, first overall pick, then Kobe gets on the mic and says, man, I can't wait to come off the bench and help this team win. I think I could be the best sixth man in the league. Motherfucker, you supposed to be the star. I want to see my number one overall pick saying, I'm going to main event WrestleMania this year. That's my goal. Again, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the gin and juice talking, right? Got me up here trying to make sense out of stuff that doesn't. What are you going to do? The Kabuki Warriors come down to corner her. The Kabuki Warriors are going to surround Bianca Belair. The Kabuki Warriors have Bianca Belair right where they want her. There is no saving her until we get Jade Cargill's music. Music hits. Jade comes strolling out nice and slowly. And they get in position to square off. Perfect camera position, by the way. So they can then talk trash to each other. That's it. They didn't fight. They just kind of just bickered back and forth for a while. You know? What are you going to do? Kevin Owens and Tama Tonga come brawling right through the women. In the middle of their bickering back and forth, Tama Tonga and Kevin Owens are fighting right through them. Right now, I cannot wait to see a match between Kevin Owens and Tama Tonga. These guys have Fight Forever vibes already. Tama Tonga runs into the ring and Owens double legs him into and mounts and punches on him. Solo is right behind him to overwhelm him though. Referees swarm in. Tama Tonga drops Jamie Noble and a couple of security guards. Shane Hurricane Helms tried to restore order. He failed miserably. But then the Viper, Randy Orton, makes the save. Comes on down, the Bloodline goes scurrying away. I mean, it doesn't seem like to me anything new happened here, but it's okay, I guess. Very mid. We get Bubba and Devon. They come down to the ring. They're going to make some draft picks. They're going to come down. They're going to put on their glasses. You know, they're going to look like the Dudley Boys of old. It's a nice little throwback. The next round, SmackDown selects LA Knight. Ricochet goes to Monday Night Raw. Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and Paul Heyman go to SmackDown. And Sheamus goes to Raw. Now, interesting question here. When Roman comes back, how is he not on SmackDown with Paul Heyman? Like by default. You know? I don't know. We get Naomi versus Tiffany Stratton. Bayley is on commentary. Naomi takes Tiffany to the floor, smashing her into the apron, climbing up top. Nobody home on a dive. Tiffany slingshots her into the ropes and follows it with a running hip attack. Taking control, they go to commercial break. We come back, whip across, mule kick from Naomi, sets up a head scissor dive, kick out off the ropes. Both women go for face busters and spin out, down and out to the mat. Naomi with a front kick, elbows. Tiffany cuts her off with an enziguri. Tiffany gets bulldogged into the corner as Nia Jax attacks Bayley at ringside. Nia has decided to come out and beat the crap out of Bayley, who's just sitting at commentary, literally minding her own business. Naomi, distracted, goes after Nia Jax. Nia Jax says not having any of that shit and tossed Naomi straight into the ring post, where the referee then called for the bell. DQ. We still do not have a number one contender. Post-match, Nia Jax runs Bayley over again. Tiffany throws her and Naomi both into the ring and sets them up for the prettiest moonsault ever. Two things. One, do you guys remember when Tiffany Stratton was setting up Naomi for the prettiest moonsault ever, which, by the way, this really is the prettiest moonsault ever. Charlotte can go suck one when she gets back. She shouldn't be allowed to do it anymore. When she was moving Naomi to set her up for the prettiest moonsault ever, did you see Naomi kicking back? Because Tiffany has grabbed her feet to drag her over closer to Bayley, and Naomi started kicking back like, let me go, bitch, you know? And when she got her in the position, Naomi stopped kicking and then continued to lay there and wait for the prettiest moonsault ever. Now, I got to admit, if I was Naomi and I was laying down there, I definitely would sit there and wait for the prettiest moonsault ever. I would wait for it. But I don't understand why Naomi waited for it. So, I don't know. You know damn well Roman isn't coming back till the next draft. Bro, Roman will be back by Survivor Series, man. Will they do a Bloodline War Games, man? You crazy? Roman will be back this year, bro. Let's see. Yeah. Naomi just squirmed and moved and kicked back and didn't want to be moved. But then when she was laid in the right spot, then she laid there and waited for the prettiest moonsault ever. I thought that was weird. I thought that was very weird. Let's see. We get B-Fab and the Street Profits. They are interviewed backstage about their title match against A-Town Down Under. B-Fab says, dude, B-Fab, okay. Now, did B-Fab get better in the ring? I haven't seen her work. I have not seen her work since I get back to WWE. Can she do a body slam? Can she work? Help me out, Chet. Can B-Fab do stuff? Because if she can't, why is she still here? Is this just to save face? Is this just because Triple H was mad that Vince fired her? Like, why is she still here? B-Fab and the Profits are interviewed backstage about their title match at A-Town Down Under. B-Fab says it doesn't matter where they get drafted because they're going to win the tag titles and cash a ticket right back to SmackDown. A-Town Down Under roll up and talk some more crap. Teddy Long is coming on out. So is JBL, John Bully Layfield. They are going to announce the next picks. Come back from commercial break. Karrion Kross is talking crap. Blah, blah, blah. Kross vows that the Final Testament will continue the violence wherever they go. They are back there just beating the holy crap out of the New Catch Republic. I mean, they're just outside, just serving them a beatdown, bro. Teddy Long and John Bully Layfield announced the next round of picks. AJ Styles to SmackDown. Should we go back up and look at all of the names that were drafted over one of the greatest pro wrestlers to ever walk God's green earth? Because Nia Jax is one of those names. You know how people love using the best wrestler in the world talks, you know? I mean, is he a little bit past his prime? Maybe. I mean, these days he's all juiced Styles, but nonetheless, you can't take away from what this man can do. AJ Styles, when his career is over, he will be widely renowned as one of the greatest wrestlers to ever walk this planet. He got drafted after Nia Jax. Just saying, bruh. Just saying. Let's see. Alpha Academy, Chad Gable Otis and Maxine Dupree and Akira Tozawa, they're going to Monday Night Raw. Andrade El Idolo going to SmackDown. Akira Tozawa got picked before Andrade. Okay, I mean, it's part of a package deal with Chad Gable. Chad Gable's a stud. Chad Gable is a goddamn stud. But the records will reflect that Akira Tozawa was picked before Andrade. Just saying. Kiana James goes to Raw. I don't know anything about Kiana James. Absolutely nothing. I saw the video package. It didn't quite tell me anything. But doesn't mean that she's not great. Doesn't mean that she won't be great within this next year. It just means I personally don't know much about her. I will defer to you guys. Chat, how is Kiana James? How is Kiana James? They show her hype package, and she's interviewed at the Performance Center, talks about how excited she is. And she wants to show the main roster her talent. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Fantastic. Wow, fantastic. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Oh, she's all right. Oh, the fucking metalhead had to ruin everything, man. God damn it. Now she's back to mid. She's mid. Sorry, man. That metalhead dude said she's fucking mid. She's mid. Nope. Bull crap. Quaz, how is she? How is Kiana James? Better than Tiff. Whoa, 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 whoa. She is better than Tiffy Time? She is better than Tiffy Time. Chat, is Kiana James better than Tiffy Time? Because Tiffy Time is getting it done. And if Kiana James is better, I'm going to have to do some research, bruh. Sasha Banks light. Well, from what I'm being told, that's not saying very much these days. Everybody says she sucks. Really? I don't know. I'll find that out. Now I got to do some research, man. Are they about the same? Naft Gaming said just a little bit better. So are they about equal at least? Because, I mean, I'm liking what I saw from Tiffany Stratton, bro. We'll see. We get back from commercial break. Nick Aldis is interviewed. He's excited for the draft, and he announces Bayley will defend against Tiffany Stratton and Naomi in a three-way at Backlash. Spoiler alert. Somehow I think Nia Jax is getting added to that. And he steps aside to let Teddy Long announce the tag match. Player, the Bloodline versus Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. In the main event segment, we have Carmelo Hayes versus the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. This was a very good match. I like what they did for Carmelo here, and they gave us a quick session. It was nothing too crazy, nothing too long, nothing too in-depth, but they gave us a quick little session about what Carmelo Hayes brings to the table. And I could appreciate that. Cody made him look great. A nice little spotlight for him with the champion and the main event of the show. Can't be mad at that. Can't be mad at that, man. Off the ropes, Cody's dropped down and does the patented Cody slap. Hayes with the springboard, shoulder block. Cody takes him down with the lariat right before the break. We got, on the return, we got Carmelo Hayes chopping Rhodes in the corner, choking him. The La Mascata springboard, imploding DDT. So close. Cody comes back with a beautiful disaster kick for a deep 2. Scooping him up, running power slam, another 2 count. Cody Cutter for another near fall. Mello with a cold breaker, ducking and dodging. Both men go for big springboard and they come up empty. They miss each other. Hayes popped back up first. Cody reverses. Cody wins with a crossroads. Like I said, good match, decent match. Carmelo got to flex a little bit in the main event. I do like that. Post-match, Cody celebrates with the belt while Carmelo just stews. Cody turns around to find AJ Styles like he was getting ready to let him have it, bruh. Like he was getting ready to let him have it. AJ extends his hand. They shake hands. The show goes off to air. Those are horrible moonsaults. Well, or springboards. Well, they missed. They completely missed each other, bruh. That was SmackDown. I was very, very, very confused. I was very confused by the draft picks, how they did them in the order that they did them in. But what are you gonna do? But now it is time to go and check out AEW Collision, bruh. As you can see, I am now in the AEW Collision side of the room. Yeah, look, Enrico, I literally just realized right now that I had JD's background on. It's the last one I had on. I was live with JD on Wednesday. But we going to pretend that I was here the whole time. Because that's what we do here. And by the way, and you know what? It was the gin and juice talking, bro. We're gonna pretend it was like this the whole time. Before we get into and start Collision, let's get into the super chats. MGM Ballin with the $4.99. Super chat says, since I had higher expectations for SmackDown and they let me down, Collision was better by default. Oh, good point. Good point. Both had decent grabs, but were otherwise boring. Good point. The draft episode is supposed to be one of the monumental episodes of the year, right? I mean, a lot of stuff is supposed to happen. Good point. I didn't think about it that way. Ryan, the Canadian Chipmunk, with the $10 Canadian super sticker. No vote, though. No vote. So I guess right now, Collision is the winner. Let's just put a little heart right there. We got Susan D with the 20 months membership. Oh, my God. Jesse, SmackDown was a little better than Collision. I could use some prayers. I'm going through some health issues. I'm scared. Oh, no, Susan, what is going on? What is going on, Susan? I'm so sorry to hear. Guys, we are going to need an abundance of prayer emojis in the chat for my girl Susan, man. So sorry. But we are tied up. Collision won, SmackDown won. We are tied up, but the night is not over. The night is not over when you get done getting those prayer emojis in for Susan, bruh. And if you want to weigh in on this vote, go ahead and get it in, as we are now going to venture into AEW Collision live from Jacksonville, Daly's Place. By the way, I was looking for all the people that said last week, well, it's a good thing that Swerve didn't do his speech on Wednesday, because it would suck to do it at Daly's Place. It should be somewhere different. So I'm glad they're doing it this Saturday. Turns out Collision is at Daly's Place. But then the goalposts move. Oh yeah, but yeah, it comes on after the NBA playoffs, so it'll get more eyes. Guys, look, it was a complete botch. If for some whatever reason you didn't want Swerve to do the speech on Wednesday, I wouldn't have had him on the show. I wouldn't have had him on the show. Say that he was still recovering from his brutal match with Samoa fucking Joe, and that he'll be live Saturday to talk about his victory. But he needed an extra day to recover and not travel. Why put him in some weird ass, random, unnecessary match to open the show that did not even need to happen? Don't know. Don't know. So, either way, we get Swerve. He comes out. He gives us his speech, finally. The time that he deserved in front of a live camera to talk to his fans, because he is the top babyface in the company right now. And it kind of fell short. He didn't do anything. He came out. He said Swerve's house. He said that Tony Khan got beat up. He said there's going to be an open challenge. And that was about it. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, man. Prince Nana introduces Swerve as the new champion. Nana is a national treasure. Nana comes out doing the straight up Nana things, you know. Chants are all over Swerve. Thank you, Swerve. You know, all that good stuff. Swerve had a nice little chase. He had a nice little chase. You know, he deserved his moment. Let's see. He talks about Willow Nightingale winning. You know, it was a nice little nod to, hey, you know, the black athletes getting some recognition out here. Kind of like that. Swerve says he's done some horrible things in the industry and in AEW, but something about 4 elite athletes coming down, beating up a non-fighter is a bitch move. Fans chant bitch move. Question. What did Swerve do at Hangman's house? Bitch move, right? What did Swerve do at Hangman's house? What room did he go into? Let's let that sink in for a minute. But time to get to business, though. The most important thing that happened this week was Swerve winning the title at Dynasty. It's a pet peeve of his that people walk around calling themselves best in the world, but the real best in the world is whoever is holding the championship that he has. There you go. Can't argue with that. His daughter told him the night he won the title that she feels like she doesn't know him. It hit him hard. He had to sacrifice so much for that title. He can't make up for the lost time, but what he could do is set a good example by blazing a trail as AEW champion and making sure it was all worth it. Hey, I hear you. AEW has set people in front of him, and he's knocked them all down. Kyle Fletcher was just won this past week. Yeah, for some reason, thank you, Swerve, for defeating the big bad Samoa Joe in a very physical match. And this chase that you've had for this AEW title. Congratulations. Now, get out there and face Kyle Fletcher right away. Go. Get to work. But I kind of want the day off. I said get to work. Just saying. And this week he's in a giving mood. And he wants to do an open challenge. This open challenge stuff is ridiculous. Here's what they should do. AEW should have some kind of system in place where they could easily tell who the number one contenders are going to be. That way, you don't have to just make up random open challenges. That way, it all makes sense. They should have some kind of system in place. I don't know what to call it, though. Something where you know who's in line next to get a championship shot. We got to think of something for that, man. We got to think of something for that. But only for someone who really wants to fight. We're entering a new era, the Dynasty era. And the lead of that dynasty will be Swerve. Claudio Castagnoli's music hits. He's looking kind of dapper in the suit. He comes out. So looks like we have an answer to the open challenge. Claudio comes out and he cuts an impassionate promo, bro. Promo of the year. Claudio comes out. I have it jotted. I have it documented word for word. Claudio's promo. He says, "You're on." Brilliance. Brilliance. I'm going to read that promo back for you because you probably got lost in that translation. Hold on, let me highlight it. Claudio comes out and he says, "You're on." Brilliance, bro. Brilliance. And Vince said he wasn't relatable. Oh, my God, dude. What the fuck? Swerve says, "I guess I'll be seeing you tonight in whose house?" Whose house? Claudio grabs the mic away from Swerve and he cuts the second half of the best promo of the year. And he says, "It's gonna be mine." Wow. Wow. Amazing, bro. I don't get how they do this. I don't get it. Want me to read that back? Want me to read that back? I'm not gonna read it back. It was too much fire, bro. Too much fire. So, title match set for later. There you go. After a recap of the Elite and Jack Perry attacking Tony Khan, I rather enjoyed that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I'll tell you what else I enjoyed. I enjoyed Tony Khan at the draft. Wearing a neck brace. Ugh. Sorry about that. We get the Elite beating up Tony Khan. Like I said, kind of enjoyed it. Nigel wonders what that would mean for the shows on the road. Like, what happens if Tony Khan can't go to the road? Are the EVPs going to be running the show? I think that's kind of the point. I think that's where they're going. They're going to beat up Tony Khan. They're going to get him out of action. and they're going to run the show. Kind of a smart move. I don't know how. So, I don't know. I don't know where they go with this, but when Tony Khan comes back, what's going to happen? How's he going to get his payback? He's not going to get in a match with them. Is he going to bring in someone new? Is he going to bring in Miro? That'd be great. Just playing. We know Miro's not going anywhere. By the way, I took a look at CJ Perry's Twitter tonight. She popped up in my recommendations, and she's been tweeting a lot lately, and it's been all WWE. Like, if your husband is supposedly still employed by AEW, and my God, I use that loosely because where is Miro? They must have had some kind of falling out or something, bro. Something is going on right there. I don't know. But either way, it looks like the Bucks could be running things for a little bit until TK gets back. We shall see. We get the Bang Bang Gang versus Top Flight and Action Andretti. Wait, they really are going through a divorce? Yo, I thought that was a straight up joke. They really are actually going through a divorce. No way. How? Oh my God, dude. Man. He no longer has his hot, flexible wife. Was he tired of her cucking him? What happened? I don't know. I don't know. What happened? Do we know why? Why do we know why? TMZ announced that. Oh, okay. Yep, it's legit. Then it's legit. I'm not even being facetious here. If TMZ picked it up, it's legit. TMZ are a bunch of wrestling fans, dude. So they know the difference in real life and a work. So that's messed up. I did not know that. Man, I want to know why. I wonder why. Bang Bang Scissor Gang and Top Flight. Look, man, I'm not gonna go through this match. Bang Bang Scissor Gang won. They beat Top Flight via pinfall. I don't know why this match happened. It brought nothing of interest to anyone, and who gives a crap? Blade Runner, Bang Bang, No Scissor Gang won. How Action and Top Flight got a shot that BCG, after losing last Saturday to Edge and Eddie Mark. I am so confused by that. I have no idea, man. House of Black video. Brody King says the match at Dynasty went exactly how they hoped it would, and now has multiple wins over the TNT champion. Malachi says they accept the Cope Open, but who will wrestle? It could be any of the three. Buddy Matthews says on May 1st in Winnipeg, Copeland will find out when the rest of the world will find out. Who is going to answer the challenge? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Is he going to win? Whoever answers, who are they going to win? Probably not. I am. So if you've noticed, I've not necessarily been on this bandwagon of hating the open challenges with JD. I was never a fan of them, but now I am starting to hop on that bandwagon of this is getting ridiculous, man. This is getting absolutely ridiculous. This is the second open challenge tonight. Why are we doing open challenges when supposedly there's a ranking system? Why? I don't get it. Shivani spoiled it. Yeah, it sounds about right. Shivani also spoiled that Mankind was going to win the world title. That's going to put some butts in seats. Open challenges are boring. They can be awesome. They can be fun. They can be cool at times. But at the way that AEW is using them, they're just boring. They're just boring, bro. No story, just a surprise match. The only time it wasn't boring is when Matt Cardona came out and challenged Copeland. That was awesomeness right there. That was pretty damn cool. That I did enjoy. So let's see. We get Rey Fenix versus the Beast Mordos. Who? Never heard of him. How about Black Taurus? Let's try this again. Rey Fenix versus Black Taurus. That sounds better. Rey Fenix has been gone since October of last year. Since October of last year. So they bring him back. They put him in a match on Collision against Black Taurus. This match went way too long for someone who's just trying to come back from a big injury. Not only that, the dude almost injured himself again in the match that he just came back in because he's trying to do Rey Fenix shit. Bro, is this guy, does he try to get injured? So, does he just try to get hurt? Does he get paid to sit home? Guaranteed contract? I don't get it. It's like, was this taking it easy for Rey Fenix? He just got back. And he's out there doing shit that almost put him right back on the DL already. I don't get it, man. Phoenix was given chance and an ovation to start the match for his return. After some high flying early on, Black Taurus put an extended beating on Phoenix. He just beat the crap out of him. It went on for a long time. He started trying to take the mask off of Phoenix, which is another just overused trope. I don't want to see any more wrestlers with masks on in the ring, especially baby faces. Why? Because all the heels are going to do is try to take off the damn mask. That's all they do every time. I cannot remember a Rey Fenix match when someone didn't try to take off the damn mask. Phoenix makes his comeback while Black Taurus was kicking out of one. Phoenix went up top for a big spot to the outside, and he nearly injured his leg. If you saw that spot when he went up top to the top rope and jumped to the outside, his leg and knee and ankle bent the wrong way. Like, they're not supposed to bend that way. And this dude is literally just coming back from an injury. Wasn't very smart. Black Taurus couldn't keep Phoenix down, who kept coming back with everything he had. A frog splash, got two, but a roll-up pin. Finally managed to keep Taurus down. Rey Fenix wins via pinfall. It was a great match, but it was scary. For me, I'm looking at this match like, oh my God, Phoenix is going to get hurt again. He's going to get hurt again. Here he goes. Here he goes. Oh, he didn't get hurt. He's going to get hurt again. He's going to get hurt again. I mean, bro, they got to slow this guy down. They have to slow this guy down. He could at least save those spots for pay-per-views, at the very least. What are you going to do, man? As long as he's enjoying himself, I guess, right? Orange Cassidy is interviewed. He says he's focused on the parking lot fight between the best friends later on. Stat shows up and says, hey, he needs us, let's go. And they walk off. We get Roosh versus Martin Stone. Roosh defeats Martin Stone via pinfall. Nothing to talk about here. Roosh was gone for a while, right? Roosh came back and had a squash match. Great. Phoenix came back and almost broke his damn leg. Wait, what? Darby Allin got hit by a bus in New York. Bro, I can't. Darby has a death wish, bro. Did he try to give the bus a coffin drop? How is it he couldn't dodge a bus? He couldn't dodge a bus? Okay. Anyway. Oh, I'm going to New York, by the way. I'll be in NYC for Forbidden Door. I will be in New York for Forbidden Door, tailgate party, all that stuff. I do not have a Forbidden Door ticket yet, but I will be in New York for Forbidden Door, though. So we get, Roosh beat Martin Stone, whoever he is, whatever. Roosh came back after the match was over, beat the crap out of Stone some more. Who cares? The Professor, Serena Deeb, she's interviewed. She asked what message she's trying to send. She says it's simple. On the one hand, you have Toni Storm, one of the greatest champions in the company's history. On the other hand, you have Serena Deeb, the top contender to her title. After everything she's been through, failure is not an option. It's now or never. After 4 years of everyone telling her how great she is and how she should be champion, it's time to prove it. She's never been champion, and now it's time to finally get that accomplishment. Is she wrong? Is she wrong? I've been saying it too. Serena Deeb needs to be champion, man. She is the best wrestler in that damn locker room. Martin Stone is Danny Burch. That was Danny Burch? I gotta go take a look at that again. That did not look like Danny Burch. Looks a lot different. We get Toni Storm versus Anna Jey. During the match, Toni Storm executed a hip attack on Jey on the apron. This was a match about putting asses in faces. Toni Storm and Anna Jey basically took turns putting their asses in each other's faces. Storm managed to get out a hip attack in the corner. Storm 0, and that was it. Toni Storm wins. So, you remember me on JD's channel talking about how I'm not going to talk about Anna Jey because I got some Anna Jey super stan that stalks me whenever I say anything about her. Well, that clown found their way into like the comment section of my last video. I told JD not to put me in that fucking... Told him. This super stan left like 42 messages, man. I had to delete them all and ban him from the channel. Seriously, man. I swear it must be Anna Jey's fucking ghost account. It has to be. It has to be Anna Jey. Either that or someone should call the cops on this person, man. I'm telling you, something is up. Like, I don't get it. How can you be so infatuated with one mediocre wrestler? He asked me if Anna Jey had improved as of late. I said Anna Jey improved from when she started. But she has since plateaued. Yo, Jesse, Darby Allin got hit by a bus. I just saw on Twitter. Clone Force, thank you for just showing up late to the stream, bro. Glad you're here. I said that Anna Jey improved from when she started, but she has plateaued and has not improved as of lately. This dude act like I called her the worst wrestler on the planet, man. I don't know what's going on with these super stans. I don't get it. Anyway, Toni Storm wins the booty off. That's how great Anna Jey is gotten in the ring. She lost the booty bumping contest to Toni Storm. right? Grizzled Young Vets versus the Acclaim. Max Caster. Max Caster was on Twitter talking about, he replied to someone and said he was suspended. And I saw some outlets picking it up that, oh, Max Caster was suspended, you know, but now he's wrestling in a match. Max Caster is fucking trolling y'all, man. I was actually on the stream, but I just came back. Well, they must have waited for you to leave, and then we started talking about the Darby Allin bus situation already. And then when you came back, we were already done talking about it. Sorry, bro. Darby's fucking crazy, man. Grizzly Young Vets versus the Acclaim. The suspended Max Caster made a joke about dropping them on their necks like Tony Khan and sending them back to the impact zone. Caster was the guy who took a beating for a while to set up the hot tag to Bowens. Scissor Me Timbers with Daddy Ass doing the bicycle on the apron late into the match. The Vets isolated Caster and took him out. They nearly took Bowens down with a cross drop kick off the top rope. They started yelling at Daddy Ass, who took his shirt off and made like he was going to interfere, but the referee warned him not to. That gave Caster time enough to get back into the match and take Drake out so they could get a mic drop on the Gibson for the win. The Acclaim wins against the Grizzled Young Vets. I don't know what is going on with the damn Acclaim. No clue. Their shtick is stale. They are ice cold. Everything they do out there, none of it makes sense. I don't understand what's going on with the Acclaim. Caster is involved in this controversial stuff on Twitter and all this other shit. Don't know what's going on with the Acclaim. Something needs to be done. I mean, usually situations like this, a heel turn is definitely in order. I'm not even sure if that will help them at this point, man. They are so cold right now, it's ridiculous. We have an interview with Shibata. These are just getting weirder and weirder. I'm almost starting to enjoy them. Shibata, the interview with Shibata is asking about challenging Chris Jericho for the FTW Championship on Dynamite. Does he have any words? Shibata, if you don't know, does not speak very good English. He holds up a phone to do some translating for him. This phone is amazing because somehow the phone has the answers to the questions already typed out before the questions are even asked. It's amazing. He has something for Jericho Wednesday, but tonight on Rampage, he'll fight alone. All right. Daniel Garcia shows up and says they've battled a lot before, and if he needs help against Shane Taylor Productions, then he'll be there. Shibata tells them, okay, save the last dance for me. And Danny Garcia takes off with her. Keep in mind, you guys wanted me to cover Collision, man. There is nothing going on this show. This is why. I mean, there's just nothing of interest going down on this show. Main event time. We got Swerve Strickland versus Claudio Castagnoli. I will say this match was pretty damn good, as it should be. The two guys in it. But the match shouldn't be happening because ranking system. And Swerve has been champion for 1 week. He's had 2 matches already. I understand the babyface fighting champion and all, but man, bro, if they keep this up, Swerve is going to be overexposed quickly. They have 1 month to get to Double or Nothing. We don't know who his challenger is yet. We'll find that out next week. But, geez, bro. They are going to overexpose this guy already. Swerve versus Claudio for the AEW Championship. They get a lot of time, and they delivered a nice little match. Castagnoli kicks out of a stomp, which had Nigel losing it. Nigel McGuinness was in rare form tonight. Nigel hates Bryan Danielson, and he has no problem letting us know that. He is so good. Castagnoli kicked out of a stomp, which led to Nigel losing it and saying that's what beat Samoa Joe for the title. Swerve set up for the house call, but Claudio grabbed his legs and instantly went for the giant swing. Swerve took quite a few rotations before following up with a sharpshooter. Swerve kept trying to get to the ropes, but Claudio gave him the sharpshooter and instead locked in a crossface. Claudio gave up on a sharpshooter, sorry. He gave up on a sharpshooter and then went for a crossface. Swerve appeared to be in trouble, but he rolled back and got a 2 count. Claudio went for the neutralizer, but Swerve fought out. A running lariat, got a close 2. Swerve finally came alive again, and shortly after, and went for the Swerve stomp. But Claudio straight up caught him with an uppercut for 2. He tried to catch him with an uppercut. If you know, you know. Claudio no-sold the kick, but Swerve managed to get the stomp out of nowhere and hit the house call to retain the title. Swerve, with his first title defense, second match, with his first title defense successful. Swerve offered up a handshake. Castagnoli took it, and that was the end of Collision. I thought the BCC were heels. We never know anymore, do we? We just don't know if these guys are heels or what. Today, he was a babyface. Next week, they'll probably be a heel. Who knows? Guys, this super show of ours has come to an end. That was fun, man. I might do these. I might continue to do these, man. I don't know. Let me see. How long were we here? I don't know. I might continue to do these, man. We'll see. We'll see. I won't put anything in, in ink, but we'll see. Oh, yes, I forgot. Drew did re-sign with WWE, as expected, though. Who expected him to not? Very much as expected. So, we have a $4.99 super chat from Flagio. My apologies. Says just wanna say I'm a big fan and glad to hear your son is out of the hospital. Keep grinding to pay off. Yeah, man. LJ is doing so much better. He's back to playing with his friends outside. The doctor said that his doctor cleared him for regular kid activities and all that stuff. So that was good news. He's not, out of it yet, but I think it's safe to say the worst is over. So that is the absolute best news I can have. Guys, that is it for today's show. Jesse, one cool question, non-pro wrestling question, but do you think Anthony Edwards is the future and he gets compared to young MJ vibes? I don't know who's Anthony Edwards, bro. Who's Anthony Edwards? Won the AAA World Title. No shit. Guys, let me get out of here, man. It is almost midnight here, so it's probably almost 1 a.m. where some of you are. I appreciate you guys hanging out on a Saturday night, man. Oh, Anthony Edwards from the Timberwolves. Oh, okay. My bad. A young MJ. What the? No. Get the fuck out. No. You guys be safe out there. Enjoy yourselves. I will see you guys on what? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday for the Monday Night Raw review. We'll see you guys then. Peace. Young MJ vibes. Get the oh, man.
Shit, here to show you how worse of it fucking get. Don't play by books. I'm really up in it.